Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blast off.
Your fortress of solitude.
Greetings, program.
Glad you're alive.
Your sanctum sanctorum.
Resistance is futile.
Welcome.
This should be the first triumph. This is where the fun begins.
Proof positive that geeks have inherited the earth.
It's showtime.
It's time to get your geek on
You complete me.
with Dave Gramillion.
Yes, indeed. I am Dave Gramillion, and welcome to Get Your Geek On. This is the premier talk radio show for Star Wars, Star Trek, DC, Marvel, esports, video gaming, really all things geek that have dominated this little world of ours. You see, geek is not what it was 20 or 30 years ago. Geek is in. Geek is very in. Geek is now the mainstream, and we are here to talk the latest and greatest that is geek right here on 9:30 a.m. The Answer Talk Radio and 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This is Season 2, episode number 50. And tonight, well, we're at Comic Palooza. That's the good news. We're out in Houston. We're having a blast out here. We've got interviews. We got pics. We got vids. We're all over the place. This place is crammed busy. I think like half of Houston is here, which is a lot of fun.
Half of Houston is in our hotel, too.
Yeah, no kidding. The cosplayers are really great. I love the cosplays this year. Good God. But we got news to talk about. We have all sorts of news to talk about, including we got to talk Solo. It's opening weekend. It's finally here. How is it going to do? Minion and I got to see it just this past Monday. So I'll talk about the movie. No spoilers, of course. No spoilers at all. But this movie encourages me, and I'll tell you exactly why coming up here. Yeah, it's a flawed movie, okay? It's not perfect by any means. But I'm encouraged, and I'll tell you why coming up. Marvel has coming out with, I kid you not, there are going to be 11 shows coming out on Netflix, Freeform, ABC, whatever. 11 Marvel series coming out in the next 12 months. And I think that's way too much. I think Marvel is flooding the market. It's going to kill off some shows, and I think it's going to do more damage in the short term than they want. We'll talk about that for a while, and you can tell me if I'm wrong too. I don't care.
You're wrong.
Okay, you can mute yourself now. Thank you, Goose. We also, yeah. So did you hear about Thundercats? Yeah, we got to talk about this. The Thundercats roar debacle, Thundercats roar gate, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we got to talk about this. You know I'm going on a rant. It's going to be one for the ages. That'll come up at the bottom half of the hour. And we're getting a Boba Fett movie. We're getting a Boba Fett movie. And for those of y'all who are out there like, why? Why are we getting a Boba Fett movie? It all ties into Solo. And I'm going to connect all the dots for you. I'm going to paint the picture. I'm going to use whatever metaphor and euphemism else I should throw in there. It's all going to start to come together finally over at Lucasfilm. And I'll tell you why about that as well. First, let me go ahead and kick this shindig off. If you look to my left, your right, as you look across the radio dial, you will see an empty chair because Minion is not here. He is currently cosplaying as Han Solo, and he is with his fellow SWASA members, the Star Wars Society of San Antonio, down at the Alamo Drafthouse West Lakes location, where they are there, of course, for the Solo movie and raising money for St. Baldrick's, which is Pediatric Children's Hospital. So if you're in the area and you're headed out that way, you can tell them that you say hi and tell them you're there to get your geek on and donate a little money to help the kids out. If you look further to my left, your right, across the radio dial, you will see the man spinning the ones and zeros, our beloved sound prognosticator. He is Goose.
No, there's two O's in Goose.
Goose, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you? And how are y'all?
Doing all right. How are you enjoying Houston so far?
I am enjoying it very much.
Very cool.
Except somebody made a request that kind of makes it a little bit tougher.
Uh-oh, what?
Somebody put our rooms on the same floor.
What?
What?
I know, because I know you want to be as far from me as possible.
Ain't that the truth?
Most people do. You know, I mean, that's...
Well,
restraining orders
there's somebody
aside,
who told me that earlier today.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
No, you didn't tell me that.
No, I didn't.
Oh, so by the way, how was your trip to Houston?
Yeah, about that. So I I'm not in my normal car.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not in the Gramillion Falcon by any stretch of the imagination.
Are you in the Gramillion TARDIS?
No, not even close. See, here's what happened. So on Wednesday, I'm driving out of work. I'm not more than 70 yards from the office. And my tire blows. Front left tire blows.
Oh, no.
And it blows at just the worst possible time. It jerks me to the left. And I hit, those islands that, are in the middle of the roads?
The islands in the stream?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I hit one of those. I hit the corner of the curb.
What?
If it had happened, if the tire blew a second later, I just would have skidded the curb and bounced off.
Oh, Lord.
Instead, I hit the corner of the curb, completely messed up. Just shredded the tire. The tire is gone. The wheel is damaged. They got to replace the wheel. And, and the wheel well cover just came completely off.
You and your car this year, man.
I know.
What
I am
the hell?
not having good luck with the Gramillion Falcon, so that was not fun. I had to borrow my dad's car to get us.
You
over
should try to win
Houston,
You should try to win another one in a game of Cybot.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad
telling you,
idea.
man.
So that just kind of sucks, though. So my car is in the shop
Again.
again.
At least the battery didn't die this time.
For the second time. Let's see. Spring break was the first time. It's the second time in 3 months.
Yep.
That sucks. Good gracious. Alrighty, so I think we're ready to get into the news here. Let's start off with some Star Wars news.
I'm looking forward to completing your training. In time, you will call me Master.
Alrighty, this is brought to you by our friends over at Havoc, the heroes and villains of cosplay, an official sponsor here of Get Your Geek On. These guys do great charity work, and they have a lot of fun doing it too. So if you've ever wanted to cosplay, if you're a current cosplayer in the San Antonio area, you want to look up the heroes and villains of cosplay. No experience needed, and they take a variety of cosplayers. A variety. Doesn't have to be Star Wars related or Marvel related. Check out these guys, the heroes and villains of cosplay. All right, so Minion and I saw Solo on Monday. We got the early sneak preview, thanks to Gilbert for helping us to set that up and go out there and see it. And my overall review, keep in mind this is going to be spoiler-free, pretty good. Pretty good. My expectations for this movie were already so low. So it would have.
Not even a rim shot on that one.
So it really would have had to have been a flaming pile of hot garbage for me to be disappointed. I mean, it would have had to have featured Jar Jar Binks as the co-pilot or something in order for me to be really upset about it. So all in all, I give it like a 7.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, something like that. And this isn't a spoiler, but for me, one of the things that really detracted for me was the first 20 minutes of the movie are throwaway. Seriously, I mean the entire first 20 minutes, give or take, plus or minus, is just meh. You could cut it, and you really wouldn't miss that much. You'd miss a couple of things, again, no spoilers. You'd miss a couple of things, but you could work that into the rest of the movie, and it wouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Now, I will say this. When you watch the new Han Solo actor on screen,
yes,
at no point are you going to say, hey, that's Harrison Ford up there. But he did a pretty good Han Solo.
Did he now?
He does. He has the mannerisms. He has the voice. He has the that kind of smarmy, cocky, self-sure attitude. He makes out with Amelia Clark, the lucky guy. I wonder how many times they shot that scene at his request.
At her request, maybe.
Could be. But he does a pretty good job. I got to say my hat's off to him. But seriously, though, it's a pretty good movie. I think you should go out and go see it. I've seen it twice now. Saw it once as a member of the press and saw it the second time with a bunch of guys from work. Liked it both times. Yes, there is a gigantic twist at the end that is guaranteed the first time you go see it to make people in the audience go, because people won't see it coming. And they'll love it. Believe me, they'll absolutely love it. It is a flawed movie. Okay, this is not a movie that is going to knock it out of the park. This is another one of those post-Disney buyout movies that is, it's okay. Like Rogue One. Rogue One, it's okay. Last Jedi, okay. They didn't knock anyone's socks off. Force Awakens was a pretty good film. It didn't blow people away. they've yet to hit a real home run with any of their movies. And Solo's no exception. Y'all are going to enjoy it. Y'all are going to like it. And then in a couple of weeks here, people will start to pick it apart. You'll start to see YouTube reviews, and they'll break this down and break that down. Half in the bag, and Red Letter Media will do something, I'm sure. But for right now, this is that golden moment, when you actually get to enjoy a movie. So go out and enjoy it. It's a good film. I'd say like a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good. Not too shabby.
Not bad.
But one of the things
not
that encouraged
Infinity
me,
War, but
oh
not bad.
no, oh God no, not Infinity War, not Deadpool 2, nothing like that. But still, it's a good Star Wars movie. Now here's the thing, and again, no spoilers, but I can see the beginnings of a plan start to take shape. And this has been one of my biggest gripes with Lucasfilm overall. Please note I'm not saying Disney. Okay, for those of y'all who actually still believe Disney is making Star Wars movies, will you get with the times, please? It's been 6 years since the buyout. Will you wake up, please? It's Lucasfilm making the movies. Disney just writes the checks. This has been confirmed by so many Lucasfilm employees, it's not even funny. Disney just does the marketing. It's all Lucasfilm. So let me get that off my chest. But for right now, what do we have for Marvel? Marvel right now has so many movies and TV shows planned out, and they all interweave, right? They're all a lot of them intersect with each other in some way, shape, or form. Even Doctor Strange had some mentions about Civil War and a couple of other, okay, if you look for them, they're there. So they have movies planned out and TV shows planned out from now until like 2080. And they're all going to, Kevin Feige just knows exactly what he's doing. The DCEU, for all of its flaws, they have a plan. Man of Steel, Batman, Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League. Then we're going to do Shazam and Aquaman and then Justice League 2. They have a plan. It sucks. It's a stupid plan. But at least they have a plan. Star Wars did not have a plan. They're sitting there and they're like, oh, okay, so we'll do episode 7 and we'll do episode 8 and episode 9. And I don't know, some standalones. Just throw that in there. There's no real focus. In no way, shape, or form does Rogue One connect with episode 7. Solo does not connect with episode 9. And the upcoming Boba Fett movie is not going to connect with episode 8. So there's no plan there. They're just like, I don't know, just make a Star Wars movie. Who cares? We got to make our investment back from George Lucas. We paid him $2 billion in cash. We got to make that back somehow. So they're just making movies for the heck of it.
TV shows.
And TV shows. What they could be doing is either focusing entirely on 7, 8, and 9 and making it its own franchise. You could easily make 10 to 12 movies and TV shows out of 7, 8, and 9. Or you could go back to the Old Republic and make easily 10 to 12 movies and shows out of the Old Republic. Easy, you could do that. But they're not doing it. They're just kind of throwing mud at the wall, and they're like, nah. There's nothing connecting it. Even 7, 8, and 9, you could argue, it's all about the Skywalkers, because that's what Star Wars is. It's all about the Skywalkers. Not 7, 8, and 9. It's about Daisy Ridley and Kylo Ren, which, technically he's like half Skywalker, but come on, give me a break.
But we don't know Rey's parentage.
Well, we know that there is no parentage. She's a nobody.
Well, according to Kylo Ren, who's that bad guy, so he can't be trusted.
Yeah, but they did that whole search your feelings, to be true thing. So I'm going to buy it for the time being. But my point is that there's no plan from Lucasfilm. Zero plan. But by the end of Solo, and this is not a spoiler because I'm not going to give out specific details. By the end of Solo, you will begin to see that there's a plan taking shape. Kathleen Kennedy finally sat down and said, maybe we should do something with this franchise. Yeah, just maybe we should have something that comes together. And you'll see it by the end of Solo. Now, I'm not going to say how or why or what tells, but believe me, by the time you see the movie, you're going to be like, I see where they're going. I can see this. And lo and behold, now we get a Boba Fett movie. It's going to all start to tie together. If they announce a Kenobi movie, which I bet they will, you can bet the Kenobi movie will connect somehow with the Solo and the Boba Fett movie. It's going to start to come together. Now, they're not doing the Old Republic like I am desperately wanting them to. But, okay, got to see the big picture. Got to go long term. You got to think maybe in 2020, 2022, they'll start that sort of thing. They'll finish up with episode 9, and then they'll go a couple of thousand years back in the past. But you can start to see a plan starting to take shape. Finally. Now, the reason why I'm talking a lot and Goose is not is because Goose hadn't seen Solo yet.
Not yet.
You've been a little busy.
I work a lot.
Yeah, and now you're in Houston. There's not exactly a lot of time for us to go see Solo.
I have no free night. I work a lot. I go to improv class, and now I'm in Houston.
That's true. However, I mean, are you even remotely, if it wasn't for the show, would you be even remotely interested in the Solo movie?
Remotely.
So what about the Boba Fett movie? What about the idea of a Kenobi movie?
Okay, if it's Ewan McGregor, you got me interested.
Now, what if I told you that all three of them would be connected? Does that raise the expectation a little bit? Raise the interest?
I mean, really, I watched Infinity War, which is probably one of the best Marvel movie to date.
Oh, yeah.
And now there's Deadpool and Solo, and I'm like,
And I'm sorry, who's in charge of planning at Disney? How stupid is it of them to have in 4 weeks 3 movies come out?
Deadpool wasn't Disney.
Well, okay, that's true. They did get it moved, so that was something.
Yeah, because it used to be it was the same weekend as Solo.
Right.
And then Fox decided to move it up one weekend to give it a shot.
But still, I mean, you got Infinity War, which is now, it's not going to make $2 billion. If it had been by itself, if they released this movie in the summer and given it like a month to itself, this thing would have cracked $2 billion faster than Thanos could snap his fingers.
So why do you think they put Star Wars in the summer for the first time in this run?
I don't quite understand. I guess because of the production, they're like, you know what, we just need to get it out there.
But they're not going to give us another one at Christmas.
No, they're not. We won't get anything until Christmas of 2019.
No, that's episode 9. I hear is summer 2.
Oh, was it moved? Did I miss that?
I believe it was. Yeah, I think that was in the summer. So they are. I think they are diluting themselves at this point.
That could be
because Marvel Studios makes the Marvel movies. Lucasfilm Limited makes the Star Wars movies.
Yes,
but Disney is the distributor.
Yes, they are. And so Disney should have a plan set up, a calendar set up saying, all right, here's what we need. Here's when we need it. Please, for the love of God, don't run them into each other.
Well, and you can even see it sometimes at their stockholder conventions. They have their timeline of movie release. I'm like, are you people insane?
Yeah, I don't understand how they could have Infinity War so close to Solo. Why don't you bump Solo a month? Oh, because Ant-Man and the Wasp. So bump it again.
Put it at Christmas time. I mean.
Yeah. How about that's just what it is. Star Wars is December. That's just what it is.
And then you can put, when's Captain Marvel set to come out? Like November?
I think so.
That's probably why they did it.
I mean, I don't understand. And of course, Fox is going to make a killing off of Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Fox is going to make a killing on
the
it.
box office is similar to the first one. It is lagging behind. The sequel is lagging behind Deadpool, but it's close.
Although I'm interested in X-Men Dark Phoenix when that comes out.
Oh, that'll be
fun.
That'll be a good one. Speaking of Marvel, there's a lot of TV out there. Let's go ahead and let's dig into that just a little bit.
This is that sequel to the smash hit with no equal. This one's for the true fans with whole cans.
All right, this is brought to you by our friends over at Dragon's Lair of Alamo Ranch. They're out there on the west side of San Antonio, not too far from SeaWorld, off of 151 and 1604. These guys, man, you got to go check out their Facebook page because they have events, they have tournaments, they have unboxings, they have product announcements going on all the time. Graphic novels, comic books, so much going on over at Dragon's Lair of Alamo Ranch, an official sponsor of Get Your Geek On. Okay, so let me run this down for you. Here's what Marvel has coming out. Marvel has this coming out. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Season 6.
Season 6. Daredevil.
Season
3.
4?
3.
Okay, I thought it was season 4.
Jessica Jones.
Season 2.
Luke Cage.
Season 2.
Legion.
Season 2 or 3 now?
I think 2. Iron Fist.
Season 2.
The Gifted.
Season 2.
The Punisher.
Season 2.
Runaways.
Season 2.
Those are the ones that are on now. Those are all the Marvel series that are on now.
To be fair, The Gifted is Fox.
Yeah.
I think, and Legion is Fox.
Yes. And
to be fair.
That's true. Now, we have Cloak and Dagger coming on Freeform. I think it's Freeform.
Yes,
and we have New Warriors coming out later this year.
And some theaters are showing, not this Saturday, not today, but next Saturday, some theaters are showing the 2-hour premiere of Cloak and Dagger at the theater.
True. So there are 11 Marvel series. 11 Marvel series that will be shown in 2018. Either they're on now or they will be later this year. 11. Imagine if we had 11 Star Wars series on this year. Can we even name 11 that'd be worth watching? Can we name 11 Star Wars series that we remember? These aren't movies. These are series. These are multiple episode, season-long series. I don't know if I can even name 11 that I want to see.
Ewok Sing.
Ewok Sing? What? Ewok Sing.
Yeah, done by the same guy who's doing the new Thundercats.
Oh. Wow. What? No. All right, so let's see if we can name 11. Seriously. Okay, so let's say there's something to do with 7, 8, and 9. Something to do with like Rey and
The Old Republic.
Okay, we could do Old Republic.
And then, a certain era.
Right.
Like Darth Bane.
Okay.
And then you have Tales of the Jedi with Hewlett Kildroma.
And like Nomi Sunrider.
Nomi Sunrider, all of that fun stuff.
Okay, you
Freedom
can have
the whole 9
that's
yards.
2.
Yeah. Okay.
Resistance, which is actually coming.
Yeah, that's
Star Wars
coming.
Resistance is 3. You could do like a Mace Windu series.
Yeah.
Mace Windu?
Did Rebels did
Rebels is done.
Did Clone Wars actually finish off connecting 2 and 3?
No, it didn't.
Okay, then finish that up.
Okay, so you finish that. That's 4.
And then do a continuation of Rebels.
Well, yeah, they'll probably do that at some point because they got to go find what's his face. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head.
Taylor Gray's character.
Yeah, exactly. Ezra Bridger.
Ezra
That's it.
Bridger.
All right, so that's 5. So we're not quite halfway there yet. Revan. We got to have a Revan series.
Revan series.
So that's 6.
And then you could have an Empire series, like the Empire between episodes 3 and 4.
Okay, so like the founding of the Empire, the rise of the Empire. So that's 7. How about you have a Darth Vader anime style? He's hunting down the Jedi series. That's 8.
As far as he knows, there's no more Jedi at that point.
Well, he knows that there are some. There's some, even in canon, there are some that are scattered, and he's got to go hunt them down. So that's 8.
Okay.
How about we have like a Rogue Squadron, Race Squadron, TIE Fighter
Rogue
Squadron.
I'm good with
Rogue
Squadron.
That's 9.
Okay, and then we have...
No, we're not doing a... I'm sorry. If you're following us here on the radio, you can also follow us on our chat at facebook.com/GYGO radio, where people are chiming in and telling me they'd watch a Jar Jar series. I'm not doing a Jar Jar series. No.
And speaking of, our chat got me searching, and Star Wars Episode 9 currently has a December 20th, 2019 release date.
Okay, good. So it is next December.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up to 9.
So, and then we have, let's see, we can do an all Wookiee show, but would they actually,
with
we can
subtitles?
understand English. Universal translator type stuff going on.
You know what we don't have? We don't have enough women's series yet.
Okay.
Because Disney would have to do something like that. So how about a Leia series? Her time in the rebellion on Alderaan and that sort of thing?
Oh,
No, that would get pretty boring
The
pretty
one
soon.
Organa that we never saw.
Bail?
This is Organa.
Oh, Brea.
Yeah, so we have Owen and Brea raising Leia.
Bail and Brea.
Yeah, Braille and Brea raising Leia.
I don't know. I don't know how much. Well, and you could do that like Riverdale style.
Exactly.
Is it Riverdale? Is that what it was? The Archie Jughead thing?
Yeah, that's
all
Riverdale.
like the dark brooding thing.
Oh yeah, that's Riverdale. That's
Yeah.
a great show, by the way. It's
Yeah.
just finished up its 2nd season.
So we're only up to 9. We need 2 more Star Wars series.
Well, you
there
have Luke. You see Luke growing up, and he finally get to see Tashi Station, and what power converters look like.
You really think a series on Tatooine would do well? Be kind of boring, don't you think?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, you'd have as much material as grains of sand in the desert.
I got it. Okay, how about this? How about
Yes?
a Finn series when he's in the First Order?
Okay.
So that's 10. It'd be like a prequel to The Force Awakens from his side. So that's 10.
Let's see here.
There are 11 Marvel series that are either out or coming out this year. 11. So we need one more to match if we want to do Star Wars.
From our chat, Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn?
Yeah, Kyle Katarn.
But he's not canon, though. They kind of did away with that.
Bounty Hunters.
From the bad guy's perspective?
If you're going to do a Vader series, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, that's true enough, I suppose.
You do a series about the Empire.
Okay, so there you go. There's 11 Star Wars series. I don't know how many of them would last more than a season, but there you go. 11.
You could have Jabba's crime family have a series.
Yeah, well, and kind of tie that in with the bounty hunters, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. I could see something like that maybe. I mean, they have all those books and comic books, so I could see that stretching that out for a season or so.
Yeah, that'd actually be neat. But yeah, season 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who'd have thought I made it this far?
Oh, good God. I didn't see that coming. And they canceled Peggy Carter.
Well, and see, there's only 2 of those shows that are on broadcast television.
11 Marvel series.
Right.
In my opinion, it's too much. I know we're getting ready to come up against a hard break here, but it's too much in my opinion. Because you can't sit there and say, hey, are you watching this series? And people are like, oh, I didn't even know it was there. Oh, you got to get into this. Well, sorry, I'm into the Punisher. Oh, I didn't know that was back.
Well,
oh, my God.
Punisher, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, that's all connected.
But it's too much. It's just plain too much. All right, so here comes the break for the bottom of the hour news. Coming up after this, we got Thundercats Roar. We are going to rip that apart. And we got a Boba Fett movie to talk about coming up right here on 9:30 a.m. The Answer and 930amtheanswer.com.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Gray, the voice of Ezra Bridger of Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to Get Your Geek On at 9:30 a.m.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back from the bottom of the hour news break. This is Get Your Geek On 9:30 a.m. The Answer Talk Radio. I am Dave Vermillion, and if you missed the first half of the show, man, we broke down Solo Talk in a big-time way. No spoilers. No spoilers, but
because we're not that kind of people.
We're definitely not. We're definitely not those. Well, a little bit.
I'm not that kind of person.
Yes, you are. But we had a lot of fun talking about Solo, and it's a good movie. Just go see it. You'll have a lot of fun with that. There's so much Marvel out there right now. So much Marvel, but that's all found on our award-winning podcast. That's right, the best podcast in San Antonio, which is now the 7th largest city in the nation. And we have been named the best podcast by San Antonio Magazine. So we love that. Very humbled by that. It was our first eligible year to even try to win it. Won it going away. So we appreciate that. And you can find that award-winning podcast on iTunes, on Stitcher, and on Omni. Just look for Get Your Geek On with Dave Vermillion.
And Google Play.
And Google Play. Rate, review, and subscribe. Okay.
Speaking of subscribing.
Yes.
If you like us on Facebook, we appreciate that. But also find us at Twitter at GYGO_radio. We do a lot of the simulcasting over on, or simul posting, everything Facebook and Twitter. And that's the only way you'll know that you'll get notified of our live videos is to follow us on Twitter and hit the notifications.
Boom. Love it. All right. So with that being said, we got a little more Star Wars news that we want to talk about, and then we're going to get, trust me, we're getting into Thundercats Roar.
You want the music for this one?
Throne Room. We get Throne Room for this one? That'd be kind of cool if we could do that. So we're going to talk a little bit of Star Wars before we get into Thundercats. Trust me, y'all are going to want to you're going to want to listen to this lovely little Thundercats rant we got coming on. But first, let's talk a little more Star Wars. Okay, so this news broke late Thursday, so it's only a couple of days old, that James Mangold has been tapped to write and direct a Boba Fett movie.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so the first question is, who is this guy? Who is James Mangold? Well, James has written and directed such a movie. First of all, he is an Academy-nominated director.
Academy Award nominated
director. And he has done such movies as, he was the executive producer of The Greatest Showman.
Which was a great movie. I love that movie.
He directed Logan.
Also enjoyed that movie.
He also directed The Wolverine.
No, the Wolverine I hear was good.
Okay. He also did 3:10 to Yuma. Night and Day, and Girl Interrupted.
Haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. All right. So, but still, the fact that this guy did Logan, though, that should excite a lot of people.
Logan is very good.
And 310 to Yuma, so he's kind of good with things.
If he was an
down and
executive
gritty.
producer on The Greatest Showman, that actually ups his cachet in my book too.
So that's some good news.
Yes.
They went out and they got somebody that has some good street cred to do this. I can't wait for the hardcore radical feminists to jump in here and go, I can't believe you didn't get a woman. But it's James Mangold. We're happy with it. It's no problem. So, and of course, there's no talk whatsoever about what it's going to be, who it's going to star, blah, 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 blah. Nothing about that.
What?
However, if you've seen the Solo movie and you've seen the ending to the Solo movie, this should not surprise you. This, a possible Kenobi movie and a Boba Fett movie, could all potentially tie together. And this is what kind of encourages me a little bit, because as we talked in the first half, Star Wars has no plan. Lucasfilm has zero plan to tie any of this together cohesively like Marvel does. Marvel, oh my God, it's a tapestry all woven together. Star Wars is like just whatever, just throw it out there and let make money. But now that we could see the beginnings, the foundation of a Star Wars universe that all ties into each other and revolves around each other like Marvel, which would be fantastic. That'd be great. So the pressing question, other than, of course, who is James Mangold, is will it be rated R?
I think it probably will be.
I think it probably will be. I think we'll have our first R-rated Star Wars movie.
Let's take the baddest bounty hunter in the galaxy and make him PG.
It makes... Well, you do PG-13.
Not with Boba Fett.
Revenge of the Sith with PG-13.
Really? Have you seen Logan?
Well, I've seen Logan, yeah. But
Could that have been done right as a PG-13 movie?
yes.
I disagree.
Not as right as if it were rated R,
Yeah.
but you could do it right as PG-13.
Could Deadpool be right as a PG-13 movie?
Yeah, they'd have to cut... Let's face it. Deadpool was rated R for two reasons.
Language?
And sex.
Yeah.
All right, but if you took those two away, you gave Deadpool the obligatory one F-bomb to drop.
Well, if you treat Deadpool like Deadpool in the comics and limit him to that...
It could have worked, but again, not as well as if it were rated R. So it makes sense that Boba Fett could be the first rated R Star Wars movie. Could be.
Could be.
Now, we'll reach out for comment, and we'll, of course, bring any breaking news that we can over to getyourgeekon.org/news, on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/GYGO Radio, our Twitter, which is also GYGO_radio,
Who do you think
yada,
they'll
yada,
put in the
yada.
suit?
My gut says that you got to go with Daniel Logan.
Okay.
I think you just... but at the same time...
Not Jeremy Bullock on this one?
No. Boba Fett, maybe it starts as a flashback or something, I don't know. But see, here's the thing, though, is that Boba Fett is a direct clone of Jango Fett, played by Tamora Morrison.
Yes.
So you have to then... You can't take the helmet off at any point in the Boba Fett movie.
Oh?
You absolutely cannot. It's impossible. Because as soon as you take the helmet off and you see that it's not Tamora Morrison, you're like, oh, wait a minute, continuity problems, which, of course, the Star Wars fan base will pick apart like it's nobody's business. Now, Daniel Logan loves the Boba Fett character. I don't know how tall he is compared to the actual how tall he should be, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, but so a Boba Fett movie makes a lot of sense. Trust me, when you see Solo, it'll make sense. You'll be like, oh my God, I can see this all starting to come together. And it'll all start to come together for you over at Laser Legend on the north side of San Antonio. Not quite to I-35, not quite to Rolling Oaks Mall, but it is off a Lookout Road right there by that home goods store, behind the Little Caesars.
It's a really fun place.
It's a blast. We have so much fun out there. Every time we go, I don't think I've ever been there once and had a bad experience. Not bad customer service. Not, I went there and, oh man, this was broken, or it ate my money, or my laser tag gun wasn't working. So always have a good time. Listen up, San Antonio. It's going to hit 104 degrees this coming week. 104 degrees, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 104. Their air conditioning is awesome. So get out of the heat, get into Laser Legend, Go grab some of their food. They've got quesadillas. They've got sausage wraps. They've got vegetarian and vegan options. They've got great drink specials for fountain drinks out that way. A lot of great games. 4,000 square foot video arcade, 2-floor laser tag arena, all of it air conditioned, right next to their indoor miniature golf course also. That is our friends over at Laser Legend, an official sponsor of Get Your Geek On. Alrighty, so with that being said, I think it's time. We haven't had a rant in a while.
No, we have not.
Do you mind if I step up first to the plate here on this one? So
I suppose it's your show.
Let's go ahead and we're going to talk Thundercats. Okay.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Yeah. Are you serious with this? Or no, serious? No, there's no way. Are you serious? What?
Yes.
What did I just? There's no way that.
Yeah.
Those were my initial reactions. Those are my initial reactions after watching the 3 minutes. Hey, this is what we're trying to do with Thundercats Roar.
Oh God.
I was actually outraged. I mean, literally. Now, there's some news out there that okay. When I heard about the Ghostbusters reboot in 2016, I just kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, oh, really? Okay, I guess. Suicide Squad. When I watched that movie, I was like, oh, man, what a disappointment.
I'm sorry, what was that first movie that you said?
Ghostbusters.
The power of penny compels you!
But, when Suicide Squad came out, I just rolled my eyes. And I was like, oh, man, they ruined everything. There was really only one highlight of Suicide Squad. And let's be honest with each other here. That was Harley Quinn.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
But I just rolled my eyes at this. This really outraged me. This really got me going. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
You ain't the only one.
So here's the thing. All right, so in 1985, Thundercats came out. If you watch it today, yeah, it's cheesy, corny. It's an 80s cartoon.
Yes.
Okay, with a great intro, much like all 80s cartoons. Then they did a reboot in 2011. Cartoon Network screwed that up, so it got canceled.
It was actually very good. Very well done.
It was very well done, but Cartoon Network apparently couldn't hack it, so off it goes. Now they're doing this, and it looks like a cross between Steven Universe, Adventure Time, and Hot Garbage.
But it leans
awful.
heavily into the hot garbage arena.
It looks terrible. The animation style looks terrible, and the man bun wearing director of this is just gushing about how much he loves the series, and I'm like, no, you don't. There's absolutely no way that you like this series. You can't be faithful to Thundercats and put out this hot garbage. There's no way. And I'm not the only one thinking about this, thinking the same way, because the YouTube video, while it has almost 4,000 thumbs up, it has 47,000 thumbs down. It has 10 times the number of thumbs down as thumbs up. And I'm telling you right now, it's terrible. And here's what really gets me. Yes, the animation style looks stupid. But listen to this. This is the official show description. Quote, staying true to the premise of the original series. And I love how they put that out there first thing.
Was that in
First
quotation
thing.
marks?
No. Well, yeah, it's air quotes, I guess. So they're trying to hammer it into you. Guys, no. We promise. We're staying true to the series. I promise. We're not totally making fun of it. Staying true to the premise of the original series, Lion-O and the Thundercats, Tigra, Panthro, Chitara, Wily Cat, and Wily Kit barely escaped the sudden destruction of their homeworld Thundera, only to crash land on a mysterious and exotic planet of Third Earth. Lion-O, the newly appointed Lord of the Thundercats, attempts to lead the team as they make their planet their new home. A bizarre host of creatures and villains stand in their way, including Mum-Ra, Third Earth's wicked ruler who will let nothing, including the Thundercats, stop his tyrannical reign over the planet.
Wait, that is the premise of the show.
That's the premise of the original show. So here's my question. Which is it? Because it's a comedy. If you can't watch the intro and think it's serious. It's not. It's a comedy. Which they've taken this gorgeous action series and they made it a slapstick comedy. But no. Oh, according to the show's official description, it's all serious and true to the premise. You can't have it both ways. You cannot call the Sword of Omens a magic slicing stick and have it be true to the original premise of the show. You can't do that. You can't take Gundam and have it be a Riverdale high school teen drama. It doesn't work that way. You can't do, not like, it's going to bomb it. You literally cannot do this. Pick one. Pick one. But this is the worst idea, literally the worst idea I may have ever heard in my entire life, going back to having Jar Jar Binks be the center focus of the Phantom Menace. I don't understand. I don't understand, first of all, how you could create something like this. I don't understand how you could get it greenlit. And I don't understand why you would think that this would be a good idea, that the public would like it. There's no way the public's going to like this. There is not a prayer. That is a stone cold lead pipe lock because it looks stupid. It does. It looks stupid. It's terrible. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The movie. Because M. Night Shyamalan said that he loved the series. He watched the series start to finish, and he just loved it to death. Oh, really? Is that why you changed the names of the characters? The way they were pronounced? Is that why you whitewashed the series? Is that why you had a group of earthbenders being held prisoner on land? That was an abomination because it made no sense. This also makes absolutely no sense. Scene.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Oh, it's your turn. Yeah,
oh boy, I've been waiting for this. I've been saving my words for this one.
I'm gonna drink some water here.
All right, cool. Hey, you idiot over there at Cartoon Network. I don't understand why you got a Teen Titan Go every single stupid show and every franchise that you get your hands on, but it needs to stop. Teen Titans, great show. Teen Titans Go, hot pile of garbage. Justice League, oh my gosh, that show was so awesome and it looked great. I can't watch Justice League action, and it's got Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. How can I not watch that? Because it looks dumb. Thundercats, awesome show. 2011 Thundercats, great because it was actually connected and arc driven. This show looks like a steaming pile of crap that I'm not only would I not watch myself, but if I had kids, which I don't, but if I did, they wouldn't be watching it either because here's the problem. When you make cartoons for kids, you got to let the adults think it's okay for them to watch. And anybody who's ever watched any minute of Thundercats ever in their life is going to think, what the heck is this? Because it ain't Thundercats. Oh my gosh. And it's not just that. Oh my gosh. The director of this show, oh, he's got a lot of nerve. Because he went to Twitter after that 90-10 dislike-like ratio on YouTube, and he goes, yo, I'm directing on at Victor Gogo's Twitter account, which, by the way, is set to private now.
Oh, go figure. Funny how that works.
Thundercat series. Hate all you want, but the show rocks. And then he follows that up with, this is not an apology, but I really think it's important to seriously take a look and process how blank awesome this show intro is. It's masterfully boarded by the show creator and animated by Studio Yuta. This is what we're really making. He used words.
Words. Yeah, that's true.
Rocks. Awesome. I don't have it in the system, but if I did, you'd be hearing this. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Because this show is not awesome. This show does not rock. This show looks dumb. And if you're going to say, oh, we wanted the intro to be as great and as cinematic as the intro for the regular show. No, you didn't accomplish that goal. That intro, if I just saw that intro and I didn't see the other, surrounding garbage, no, I would no. We're canceling our subscription. We're blocking Cartoon Network from our cable lineup because this show will never be seen in this house. And before you're like, well, you're an adult. This isn't targeted for you. Really? Transformers Prime didn't talk down to us. Oh, the other ones I haven't really seen because they look dumb as hell. But the original Transformers, loved that show as a kid. I enjoy the Bay movies. I enjoyed Transformers Prime. I enjoyed the 2011 Thundercats, which, by the way, I was 33 when that came out, so there's that. I enjoyed He-Man. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe that came out in the early 2000s was a great show. Looked great. We went 3 seasons. 3 seasons on Cartoon Network. And it was a great show. This, oh my gosh. No, I'm glad I have the Thundercats DVDs from back in the day, because if I want my Thundercat fix, I'll be watching that. It's one thing to take like Steven Universe, which is a brand new creation, The Adventures of Gumball, Adventure Time, things like that, because that's how people remember it. That's how people know that. But when you go to an established IP like Thundercats, no. Just no. You know, you could go back and look at something that nobody watched, like GoBots. Remember GoBots? Yeah. No, not really anybody does, because Transformers came and overshadowed that show. Do Mask. No, don't do Mask with that, because I'll be upset about that too. G.I. Joe and Transformers has been done to death, literally. It's driven those franchises into the ground with stuff like this, so don't do it to Thundercats. If you're going to do Thundercats, do it right, like 2011. I realize there's zero chance of that happening because Cartoon Network did a bad job of marketing it, but we really would want something like that not only that I could get into as an adult, but I could share with children, that my children or my nephews or my nieces or, you know, things like that. But I'm not sharing this with anybody. It's
the animation style. If you're going to do this for Scooby-Doo,
no,
that'd be fine. The animation style would work for Scooby-Doo. It would work for the Flintstones. It would work for the Jetsons. Okay, because those are comedies. It's funny. And while the intro is actually kind of fluid and it moves well, the animation style is best suited for young comedies. It is not suited for an action series. That's why everybody loves anime, because the action is centered around either teenagers like Sailor Moon, or it's centered around adults. But you can't do this Stephen Strange type, Adventure Time type of animation around an action series. Imagine had they done this with something like Sailor Moon, all right, for example, or Trigun. They're going to remake Trigun as a comedy using that animation style. It can't be done. It shouldn't be done.
Ronin Warriors.
Oh yeah, that's a good example. You just can't. Okay, it's not one of those things that, you know, maybe we should look at it or maybe we shouldn't do it. You literally cannot do it. This thing is going to flop so hard. It's going to flop so hard that I wish that the 2011 reboot was like in the works now, because it'd be like, okay, sorry, our bad people. We're sorry that we did this, but look what we're going to give you instead.
Now, if this had come out on April 1st, that would be hilarious.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh, my God. That would be the funniest thing ever. The parody memes that are coming out, Gargoyles Fly.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But I understand. And now it's like spreading. This animation style is spreading. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why are you dumbing it down so much? Do you know what the best cartoon series of all times are?
Transformers. The Flintstones, the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, the new Scooby-Doo movies.
Batman the Animated Series. Animaniacs, Tiny Toons.
Superman the Animated Series, Justice League.
Now, what do they all have in common? They are for kids, but they treat kids like adults.
Well, Animaniacs and Tiny Toons as Steven Spielberg.
That's true. But all of those series treat kids like... They deal with adult themes, like Avatar The Last Airbender is very adult for kids.
The ones we mentioned, Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Batman the Animated Series, Superman, they also had Bruce Timm.
That's true. So the best series are the ones that respect their audience. This doesn't respect anything. And you can tell from the moment he called the sword a magic slicing stick, there's no respect for this show. If you don't respect the content, I won't respect your work. I absolutely will not, and neither will people. You have to show the respect to your audience. Batman the Animated Series was great and dealt with adult issues. Avatar, great adult issues. Animaniacs was silly, but it treated the kids with respect.
Super Friends never talked down to its audience.
Never did. That's exactly what this is. You know what this is? This is the equivalent of taking something so fine, so good, so tremendous, and reducing it to dangling keys in front of an infant and calling that entertainment.
Let me ask you a question. Muppet Babies.
The
original Muppet Babies.
The original Muppet Babies didn't really deal with adult issues. That really was more for kids. That really was.
Okay.
But it at least showed that the kids, the babies rather, could do adult things. They could take care of themselves. They could go on these adventures. And they opened up that closet door, which every time Gonzo opened up that closet door, there's always something really weird inside. Seriously, what was that? Did the nanny know about that door?
The nanny was Barbara Billingsley.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Mrs. Cleaver.
I mean, every time they opened the door, there was one time they opened the door and it was Darth Vader's TIE fighter shooting at them.
That's awesome.
That's weird. That was so weird. But, not to get off on a tangent. So
we're going to have to do a Muppet Babies review on YouTube at some point.
Oh, we have to. We have no choice now. But that's the bottom line. That's what's at the heart of the complaints, is that you don't respect the content. Clearly, this man bun, pineapple top looking freak of nature doesn't respect the content.
Not one bit.
M. Night Shyamalan didn't respect Avatar. Bombed.
Whoever directed Star Trek Nemesis didn't respect Star Trek.
Didn't respect Star Trek. Bombed. Paul Feig did not respect Ghostbusters. Did not respect Ghostbusters at all. Bombed.
Well, I don't know. Everybody except for 2 people made cameos, and one of them was dead.
Well, yeah, but But the Bill Murray cameo was stupid.
How about the
Dan Aykroyd cameo was stupid.
And the Ernie Hudson?
How
about?
But as far as the content goes,
Yeah.
He didn't respect the content. And it's like what Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park. You have to respect your dinosaurs. You've got to respect life. And not only that, but he also said, did I catch you off guard there?
Well, I didn't know that we were going to go to this one after.
Yeah, I figured we would. I mean, but this quote is just, it's so perfect.
But your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Exactly. Doesn't that just fit so well? Let's hear that one more time. So close. We'll carry it over next time. So that is all the time that we have. That'll wrap it up here. If you want to tweet at us, which please do, find us at GYGO_radio. You can shoot me an email at davethehost@getyourgeekon.org. That is my personal email. For Goose, for Minion, who is on location, for myself, I want to thank our sponsors, Laser Legend, Havoc, the Dragon's Lair at Alamo Ranch, and the Mailing Spot. Thank you for listening. Be excellent to each other, and get your geek on every single day. Good night, everybody.